Man, I gotta say, Samsung is on fire with these new updates because One UI 4 or Android 12 is now out for the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, and I'm going to show you all of the changes and new features the update brings to this phone. Also, I guess this is the last major Android update for the Note 10 Plus. I mean, this is a phone from 2019 and it came with Android 9. So we got three major Android updates: Android 10, Android 11, and finally Android 12. So this phone has had a pretty good life. And I honestly think if you've got the Note 10 Plus, I think you're set for another year. Anyways, the links to my wallpapers are in the video's description along with the timecode. Alright, so without wasting any time, let's get started. Alright, so one of the biggest changes that Android 12 brings is a brand new wallpaper-based theme engine. If I drop down the notification panel, you'll notice that the colors kind of match with our wallpaper. So we've got pink buttons in our quick panel that matches with the color of the flower and green brightness slider that matches with the color of the background. And same goes for the calculator. You will see that the colors kind of match with our wallpaper. And this is also compatible with some of the widgets on our phone, such as the Gmail widget. So if you pinch in and tap on wallpaper and style, you'll notice a new menu here which says color palette. So what happens is the phone picks out the colors that are in the wallpaper and allows you to use them as the theme. It will generate different color palettes and give you a preview over here so you can pick whichever one you want. You'll also see the color palette option whenever you set a new picture as your wallpaper. So let's set this picture as the wallpaper. Again, the download link is in the video's description. So there you go, you get a color palette along with the preview. Now, there is an option over here which says apply palette to app icons. If you enable this, this will change the colors of the Samsung app icons. So if I open up the app drawer, you'll notice that the Samsung app icons have changed their color and they kind of match with our wallpaper. Unfortunately, the limitation is that it only changes the colors of the Samsung app icons, not every icons that are on the phone. But nonetheless, it is still such an amazing feature of Android 12. On Android 12, whenever an application is using the microphone or the camera, the phone will always let you know. So check this out. Snapchat uses both the camera and the microphone, and you will see a little indication on the top right hand corner. So the phone is letting us know that hey, the camera and the microphone is in use. It almost looks like a green LED. And you will also see this indication whenever you use an application that uses the phone's microphone. For example, if I send an audio note in WhatsApp, you will see that there is a little microphone icon followed by the green LED. So the phone is letting us know that hey, the microphone is in use. So this One UI 4 update also brings plenty of improvements to the camera. Let me show you. So in one of my tips and tricks videos, I showed you that you can record a video by long pressing the camera shutter button in the photo mode itself. But here's the thing, you have to keep your finger on the screen. As soon as you let go of the finger, the video recording stops. And also you cannot switch the camera. So once the video recording is going on, you won't be able to use the ultra wide angle camera or the front camera. So that's one limitation of this mode. Now, One UI version 4 further improves on this feature, and now if you press and hold the camera shutter button in the photo mode, you're gonna see this new lock icon and you can drag your finger to this and release. And you will notice that the video recording keeps on going, and additionally it gives you some extra controls on the screen. So first off, now you can switch between the three different lenses. So you can use the ultra wide or the telephoto camera. Secondly, you can also now switch the cameras around. So if you want, you can switch to the front facing camera. That's awesome. Additionally, you can toggle the flash or take still images and even pause the video. This was not possible if you were to record a video in the photo mode on One UI 3. Unfortunately, the 1080p limit is still there, so if you want to record in 4K, you will have to use the dedicated video mode. But still, I'm very happy to see that Samsung has improved the video recording feature in the photo mode. Another minor change in the camera is that when you are in the video mode, as soon as your finger touches the record button, the camera will start recording the video. On the older version, you actually had to press and let go. So if I keep my finger on the screen, it will not start recording. I have to press and let go to start the recording. This one will start the recording as soon as my finger hits the record button. Also, another minor change to the camera UI is that now the phone shows you the actual zoom level instead of showing you icons of trees. They've also made some changes to the Pro video mode. It's really the exact same thing but with a fresh coat of paint. So what they have done is that they have replaced all of these icons with a description of what each and every one of these feature does. So I think again this is much better and easier to use compared to this one. They've also added a new feature to the built-in photo editor. So what you're going to do is open the gallery and open up an image, tap on the pencil icon to go into the image editor. And right away you can see the user interface is completely different. Now, if you tap on this button, you will notice a new feature which says light balance. Now, as the name suggests, this feature allows you to adjust the amount of light in a photograph. And you might have noticed it really brings out the details in a photograph. You can actually see it on the branch. And this feature is not the same as brightness. So if you increase the brightness, you can see that the details are still not visible on the branch. So this is the exact same photo on both of these phones. The only difference is that we have used the new light balance feature to adjust the amount of light in our photo. You can also use the light balance feature to decrease the amount of background light in a photo and make your pictures pop. So just decrease the amount of background light and there you go. The photo looks pretty amazing. Android 12 brings multi-window and split screen view to applications that do not support these two features. The best example I can give you is with Instagram, because Instagram does not support both multi-window, that is pop-up view, nor it supports split screen view. So what we are going to do is open up recents, and if I tap on the Instagram icon, you will see two new options, open in split view and open in pop-up view. On Android 11, that is One UI 3.1, those two options are not there for Instagram. And if I tap open in pop-up view, well, that opens up Instagram in this pop-up view. So that is actually pretty awesome. Now you will have to enable this feature, so drop down the notification panel, go to settings, scroll down to advanced features, then tap on labs and enable multi-window for all apps. So this feature enables multi-window and split screen view for applications that do not actually support this feature. And yes, you can use Instagram in split view. Okay, so this was pointed out to me by one of my subscribers. I thought I'd include this. Alright, so when you use apps in pop-up view, that is the floating window view, you can now enable the menu bar that appears on top of the floating window. So tap on this and tap on this button that appears on the far left corner, and that will enable the menu bar. So this one has all of the control buttons over here. So this is actually a minor change, but I thought I would let you guys know about this. One UI 4 also brings improvements to the flash notification feature. Now, flash notification will flash the screen and flash the camera flash whenever the phone receives a new notification, just like this. What's new is that now you can assign different colors to the applications. So for example, I have assigned yellow color for Snapchat, so the screen flashes yellow. And I have assigned green color for WhatsApp, so whenever the phone receives a new notification from WhatsApp, the screen is gonna flash green. Let me show you how you can configure this. So drop down the notification panel, go to settings, scroll all the way down to accessibility, then go to advanced settings and finally flash notification. So actually there are two things that are new here. Number one, you can turn on flash notifications for specific applications. Previously, flash notifications would be on for every app on the phone. So if you tap here, now you can turn off flash notification for all apps and turn them on for individual application. And the same thing applies to the screen flash notification. Usually it will be set to all apps. You can select the second option, tap on the gear icon and select individual applications from here. Just tap over here to enable flash notification for a particular app, and you can also change the color. So if you set red, the screen is gonna flash red. So such an amazing feature. I absolutely love this. So this feature is called Protect Battery, and it is located in the device care settings. So let's go there by dropping down the notification panel, hitting the gear icon, then scrolling down to battery and device care. Then tap on battery, scroll down and finally more battery settings. And here you'll see a new setting called Protect Battery. What this feature does is that it prevents the battery from charging all the way up to 100%. You see, the thing is, lithium batteries don't like it when they're fully charged or when they're fully discharged. So enabling this feature will at least limit the maximum charge level to 85%, thus extending the overall lifespan of your lithium battery that is inside the phone. So theoretically, as an example, if the phone's battery is going to last about 3 years on average, enabling this feature will increase its lifespan even further, maybe till 5 years. So let me demonstrate how this feature actually works. I've got my phone plugged in and it is right now charging. And the charging should stop at about 85% because it says 6 minutes until full. So let's see what happens when the charge level hits 85%. Okay, so there you go. You can see the message, charging paused, protect battery limits you to 85%. And that is exactly what this feature does. It will stop the charging at 85% to increase the overall lifespan of the battery. And once you disable this feature, the charging will resume normally. So now you will see that the battery has started charging once again. But I think it is a good idea to let this feature be turned on unless you want the battery to be 100% charged. For example, if you are going out and you're gonna use the phone a lot and don't have a charger with you, then yeah, go ahead, disable this feature. But if you are staying at home and if you leave your phone plugged in into the charger overnight, then I think leaving this feature on is a very good idea. Now, arguably, one of the best changes that they have made is to the menu that allows you to pick widgets. So pinch in, tap on widgets, and you will see that this screen has been completely redesigned. All of the widgets are now listed under the name of the applications they belong to, and the phone will kind of give you a preview if you tap like this. Now on the previous version, you actually had to scroll horizontally like this, and if you wanted a preview of a widget, you'll have to tap and then the phone will give you a preview. And then you will have to go back like this, kind of cumbersome. On this one, it gives you a preview just like this. So the new widget picker is a lot cleaner and easier to use. And speaking of widgets, one more thing I've noticed is that they have updated the dual clock widget. So now the dual clock actually shows you if it's day or night in the city that you have set. So as you can see, it's daytime in Nashville, so it is white, and it is nighttime in New Delhi, the widget is black. Previously it had a uniform color. And also, all of the widgets now have rounded corners. So here's an example of this. You can see the Netflix and Amazon Music widgets have rounded corners on one UI4. And I actually like this uniformity because this makes the UI feel a lot more polished. Oh, and they have also added a new calendar widget. So this one is new, month and today. And this one will show you your calendar on the left side along with your schedule for the day. And I think this looks a lot cleaner and professional compared to what we had before. You will also see this calendar on the lock screen. So as you might know, if you tap on the clock on the lock screen, that opens up widgets that appear on our lock screen, and here's the new calendar. This one also appears on the always on display. So if you have always on display turned on, double tap the clock, swipe down, and that will open the widgets on the lock screen. And here's our new calendar. And speaking of always on display, they've added a new always on display mode. So let's go to lock screen, always on display, and there's a new always on display mode which says show for new notifications. So the way this new always on display mode works is that it will keep the always on display turned off until the phone receives a new notification. So to demonstrate, I'm going to send myself a text message onto this phone, and you will see the always on display comes on because the phone has got a new notification, and the always on display will stay on until you manually dismiss that notification, and now the always on display will be off until the phone receives another new notification. So this is how the new show for new notifications always on display mode works. I love it. Also, they've added a couple of new clock styles for the always on display. So if you tap on image clock, you will see a new option called stickers and AR emoji. The previous version only had two, GIF and Bitmoji. So this allows you to add animated stickers and AR emoji. By the way, you can also download more stickers. Tap on the plus button and it will take you to the Galaxy Store. And if you want to check out more stickers, tap on the Galaxy Store icon. And you can check out all of the free stickers that are available. So I actually really like this new feature. This is a new sticker pack that I downloaded and it looks really nice on the always on display. Check that out. Looks cool, right? Also, a minor update to the built-in screen recorder, it now shows you the option to record taps and touches on the screen. So if you enable this, the phone will record the taps and touches on the screen, as you might be able to see. So that's a very useful feature. So now let's go into the location settings and let me show you a new feature. So drop down the notification panel, tap on the gear icon, scroll down to location, then tap on app permissions. And from over here, you can tap on an application name to allow or deny the location access. Now, a new feature has been added which says use precise location. If you disable this, the app will not be able to access your precise location. Instead, it will only be able to access your approximate location. And this feature is very useful for applications that do not work without the location permission. And lastly, inside the phone's settings, if you scroll down and tap on privacy, you will see this new box which says permissions used in the last 24 hours. So this shows you which applications have been using the phone's camera, microphone, location, and so on and so forth. And you can tap, for example, let's tap on camera and it will show you how many applications and for how long they have been using the phone's camera. Another new privacy feature of Android 12 is that now you can block all of the applications from accessing the phone's camera and the microphone. To enable this feature, drop down the notification panel, go to settings, scroll down to privacy, and then disable camera access and the microphone access from over here. So this will block every application that is installed on the phone from accessing the phone's camera or the microphone. So as you can see, the camera application is just seeing a black screen. Now I know everyone is screaming at me right now and saying, hey Uncle Charlie, you can always disable an application's camera and the microphone access from over here. And this will prevent the applications from accessing the camera and the microphone, right? Well, here's the thing. If you disable the camera and the microphone access from over here, some of the applications will outright stop working. So as you can see, I have denied the camera and the microphone permission for Snapchat and it will just refuse to start. But on Android 12, if you disable the camera and the microphone access, you will still be able to use applications like Snapchat. So it's like the camera is there, but it is outputting a black image. And this allows you to use Snapchat normally. You can even take snaps and send them to your friends. So there you go. With this feature, you can use applications that mandatorily requires camera access, such as Snapchat. And the exact same concept also applies to the microphone access. If you have turned off the microphone access from the privacy settings, none of the apps that are installed on your phone will be able to use the microphone. So as an example, let's try and send an audio note on WhatsApp. Let's tap on cancel, try again. So it is recording an audio, but in reality it's not able to record anything. And now if we play it back, you guys will not be able to hear anything. That's because the audio recording is blank. So yeah, this is how the new privacy features work on Android 12. By the way, you can add a shortcut in the drop-down notification panel. Tap on the plus icon and drag and drop the camera access and the microphone access icons over here. To re-enable, just tap on these and now all of the applications will have access to the camera and the microphone normally. Guys, if you have multiple Bluetooth devices connected to your phone, you can switch audio between them without unlocking the phone. So check this out. They've added this new button which says media output, and if you tap this, the phone will show you a list of all of the Bluetooth devices that are connected to the phone. And from here, you can easily switch the audio output to whichever media device you want. You can also switch the audio onto your phone. By the way, this is also the screen where you turn on Bluetooth dual audio, so that feature is already there. So now the same audio is playing back on this speaker as well as the headset. So glad to see dual audio is still there on One UI 4. By the way, this media output button also appears on the always on display. So double tap on the always on display, swipe down, you have the music player widget, and you can tap on the media output button right over here. So once again, you can change the output right from the always on display. You don't even need to unlock your phone. So that's awesome. Also, check this out guys, the option to hide the camera cutout is now back. We are now in Instagram and as you can see the camera cutout is no longer visible. Let's try another app. So here's gallery, again the camera cutout is not visible. So this option is available in settings, tap on display, scroll down to full screen apps and then tap on camera cutout. And from over here you will be able to configure this option for individual applications. So apart from re-adding the full screen apps, they've also made some tweaks to the UI. One of them is that they have added this elastic stretch effect. So whenever you reach to the end of the menus, if you try and scroll further, you'll get this stretch effect. And this is actually system wide. So if you open up Snapchat and open a chat, you will see similar kind of behavior. So this overstretch UI thing is everywhere. Now I personally really enjoy this elastic effect. I think it kinda looks nice, but many people actually dislike it. I got a lot of comments about it on my S21 Plus One UI 4 video, so you can actually switch this feature off. So go to settings, then tap on accessibility, tap on visibility enhancements, and right now the effect is on, so you can see the elastic effect. But if you enable remove animation, that will disable the elastic effect. Additionally, some of you guys were asking me about how to disable this blur effect. So whenever you drop down the notification panel, it kind of blurs the background. In my opinion, it looks nice, but some people don't like it. So to disable the blur effect, turn on reduce transparency and blur. So that will disable the blur effect on your phone. So yeah, you can actually disable that overstretch elastic effect and that blur effect. This also reduces some of the animations, but yeah, if you don't like the blur effect, you can always choose to disable it. But I kind of prefer having both of these turned on, so I'm gonna disable these. Okay, so I guess that pretty much brings us to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. And the next phone in line to get the update is the Galaxy S10 Plus. I've got one right over here. So whenever the Android 12 update arrives on this phone, I will make another video, although it does feel too repetitive at this point of time. And lastly, as for the S Pen, I don't really think there's anything new here. Everything seems exactly like the way it was on One UI 3.1. Anyways guys, if you enjoy watching these kind of videos, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, and I do have plenty of tutorials about Samsung phones on the channel, so yeah, do check them out. So thank you for watching, stay tuned for more videos like these. The update should arrive on the S10 Plus any moment now, so stay tuned.